All right, let's talk about how the biggest YouTubers actually make their money. And I'm telling you, it's probably not what you think. It's way, way bigger than just getting a lot of views. We're talking about full-blown empires here.
Okay, so here's the question we're all asking. How are these creators making so much money? I mean, you see the crazy subscriber numbers, the viral hits, and you think, wow, that YouTube ad money must be insane. Like every time a video gets a million views, a truck full of cash just backs up to their house, right? Well, not exactly. That's not even close to the full picture. It's really just the very, very tip of the iceberg.
And boom, take a look at this. This chart right here, it tells the whole story. For the top 10 creators, YouTube ads, that's only about 21% of their income. It's the smallest piece of the pie. The real money, the big chunk, a whopping 45%, comes from businesses and products they actually own. These people aren't just YouTubers anymore. They're basically founder CEOs.
So let's break this down. First up, we have what I'm calling the consumer brand founders. These are the creators who figured out the secret sauce, how to turn their viewers into actual paying customers. This is where the game completely changes. And of course, you have to start with the king himself, MrBeast. I mean, the guy is an absolute machine. He's the poster child for this whole creator CEO thing, building a juggernaut of a business that's so much bigger than just his YouTube channel. Okay, so check this out. His strategy is genius. His videos, they cost a fortune to make, way more than he could ever make back from YouTube ads. So what does he do? He gets these massive brand deals to pay for the crazy videos. The bigger the video, the more people watch. And all those new viewers, he then sells them his own stuff, like his Feastables chocolate bars. It's this incredible self-funding cycle that just keeps growing and growing, a total money machine. All right, next example. This one's all about taking a rivalry and turning it into a gold mine. I'm talking about Logan Paul and KSI. These guys went from trying to knock each other out in a boxing ring to building a beverage company together that honestly has completely changed the game for both of them. And this is the key takeaway, right? For Logan Paul and KSI, YouTube isn't really their main business anymore. It's become their marketing department. Think about it. They used their huge audiences and that public beef to launch Prime Hydration, and that thing just exploded. We're talking reports of over $250 million in sales in just the first year. The real money for them isn't from getting views, it's from owning a piece of that company. And look, you don't have to be giving away islands to do this. Take Emma Chamberlain. She built this massive following just by being, well, her. Super relatable, authentic vlogs. And what did she do? She launched Chamberlain Coffee. It just makes perfect sense for her brand, right? Her audience totally gets it and loves it. It's a perfect example of how to turn your personal vibe into a real successful business. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. The next type of creator CEO is what I call the empire builder. These are the ones who build massive franchises, usually through things like licensing and big media deals. We're talking about turning a YouTube channel into a global phenomenon. And the prime example here is Ryan's World. This all started with a kid, Ryan Kaji, just unboxing and reviewing toys on camera. And now, it's a $100 million global empire. The scale of this is just mind-blowing. So how did he do it? The magic word is licensing. Get this. Half of his income comes from just having his face and brand name on other companies' stuff. And we're not talking about a few t-shirts. We're talking over 5,000 different products. You walk into Walmart or Target, and his stuff is everywhere. He even has his own cartoon. Think about that for a second. His business makes more money when a kid sees a toy in a store than when they watch one of his videos. That's leverage. And this right here, this is the slide that should make it all click. Let's compare Ryan's World to, say, PewDiePie. PewDiePie has almost 3 times as many subscribers, but Ryan's net worth is more than double PewDiePie's. How is that possible? It's the business model. It's not about how many people subscribe, it's about what you do with that audience. That's what really matters. And you see the same kind of thing with Dude Perfect. They started with insane trickshot videos, right? Now they're a whole media company. They do live tours in giant arenas, they've had TV shows, and their merch line is huge. They went from being a YouTube channel to a household name. But okay, you don't need to be in every Walmart in the country to be a creator CEO. There's another path. This next group is all about monetizing a smaller but super, super loyal fan base, a niche community. A perfect example is Markiplier. Through his gaming videos, he's built one of the most passionate, die-hard fan bases out there.
He didn't just get a bunch of viewers, he really built a community around his channel.
And his secret weapon is summed up perfectly right here. Emotional connection is currency. He figured out that the bond he has with his audience is his most valuable asset, period. It's that connection that lets him do things like launch his own clothing brand, Cloak, or even make his own movies. His fans don't just watch him, they feel like they're a part of his journey, so they're genuinely excited to support whatever he does next. Okay, so we've looked at brand founders, licensing empires, and niche community builders. They all took different paths, but what do they all have in common? Let's boil it all down into a simple 4-step playbook. It's pretty straightforward when you lay it out. Step 1, build a loyal audience first. That's the foundation. Step 2, don't just rely on ads. Diversify your income. Step 3, this is the big one. Develop your own products, your own IP, something you own. And finally, step 4, take the money you make and pour it back into the business to make it grow even faster.
I love this slide because it basically shows you the food chain of making money as a creator. At the very bottom, you've got ad revenue. You're totally dependent on YouTube. A step up from that is a brand deal. Better money, a bit more control. But the top of the food chain, that's owning your own product. That's where you build a real, lasting business with actual value.
And if there's one number I want you to walk away with, it's this one, 79%. That's right. For the top 10 creators, nearly 80% of their money comes from stuff that has nothing to do with YouTube ads. They don't think of YouTube as their job. They think of it as a launch pad. And PewDiePie, who's kinda semi-retired now, but still set for life, he summed up the whole mindset perfectly with this quote. It's not about being on the content treadmill forever. It's about building something that keeps generating value even when you're not filming.
So what's the big lesson here? It doesn't matter if you're trying to be a creator or just fascinated by this whole world. The takeaway is the same. Having an audience is an amazing start, but it's just that, a start. It's the foundation. The real question you have to ask yourself is, what business are you going to build on top of it?